Hello, it's me, and I've got another box here from China, so let's see what's in store here. Okay, so for me, puzzles are more than just about the solve or the challenge. It's about the ingenuity. It's about the ability to push forth the boundaries of what we thought were possible, and to be kind of a part of that process. Okay, so we have ourselves Shengshou, or Singso, which has been known to give us some pretty large puzzles in the past. So let's see what we got here. A very big box. And you know what they say about big boxes? Big puzzles. Okay. I feel like this is like the unveiling of the Taj Mahal. And wow. Okay. Got a little extra core piece in here. So this is something that I've been waiting for a long time. And I've been very curious about. Something I've been waiting for since I started collecting, really. This is a, well, it's a 19 by 19 by 19 puzzle. And I really would not have thought I would see the day where a puzzle like this could be mass-produced and picked up and bought by anyone. Really? Okay, so here it is. A beast of a puzzle. Now, it's got some characteristics that I like and some characteristics that I wish could have been a little bit different, but let's take a look at the motion here. All right, very good. So we got the first layer here. That's one. Do a checkerboard here. This is second layer here. Two. Third layer here. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, a little sticky over here. 8, 9, we're still doing well. 10, wow. 11, gotta get myself here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, the last two layers here. Okay, let me be sure that that's exactly what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So yeah, bona fide 19 by 19 19 by 19 twisty puzzle. The movement is really, really good. I'm liking it. Yeah, so it's not catchy at all. So this is an incredible feat to actually think that I have a 19 by 19 puzzle. I remember when the 10 by 10 puzzle came out. This one came out by Shengshou, and I really liked it because it was flat, it was black and stickered. Really, really good motion, and the reason why I like flat, black stickered puzzles is because it reminds me of what the original Rubik's Cube looked like. If you're going to keep getting ever grander and higher, you might as well look like your base puzzle. Now, this is a 12 by 12 Shengshou, and I like it because you can see how much smaller it is than the 10 by 10. I like that. It's more portable. You can get everything that you get out of here, but it's something that's much more portable. It looks to be almost the size of some of the earlier 7 by 7 puzzles. It's stickerless, which I'm not a huge fan of, and it's got this little pillow look to it. Now this puzzle over here is an earlier version of a 13 by 13. I like the way it looks because it's black and it's stickered. It moves really well. It is a large puzzle. It's a giant puzzle. It's really more of a showpiece, but you can scramble it. It's very playable. And I like the look of it. Even the pillowed look is tolerable to me because of its overall Rubik's Cube look to it. You got this next step up here, and this is the, what are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is a 14 by 14. Moves great, but once again, it's stickerless and it's a little bit pillowed. Not horribly so, but a little bit pillowed. But you can see the difference. You look at something like this, and it looks like a Rubik's Cube. It looks very impressive. Here, you can stare at it and see, okay, I think it is. It's just hard to see from the granularity. When it's scrambled, you can definitely see that it's a Rubik's Cube. But it is what it is. This next one up here I really like. I mean, look at how detailed it looks. This is a 15 by 15. The pillowing is even less than this, and it's actually more flat. So this looks a little bit more like I would hope. Stickered, black, minimalization of pillowing. So this is a fantastic looking puzzle. It's actually one of my favorite over-the-top kind of puzzles, and that's what these puzzles are. They're over-the-top kinds. So 15 by 15, and then we've got our 17 by 17, which is fascinating because it's actually smaller or at the same size as the 15 by 15. I like that, but again, it's about the same kind of pillowing, maybe just a little bit more, and it's stickerless. But it is a 17 by 17, and what's fascinating about this is I look at the original 17 by 17 that I got a long time ago by Oscar, and this has the exact look that I would like. It's flat, it's black, and it's stickered. And I thought that this was like the pinnacle. Now here's the thing though, the movement ain't great, and it's not great because, well, it's more like a prototype. Now this is iMaterialized, so because of that it's a little more stiff than usual. Honestly, I've not even scrambled this puzzle because I just felt like it was so stiff. And notice there's an overhanging edge, so when I turn the top layer, it sort of stops here and I always felt like I was going to destroy the puzzle. So it's not very playable. It's got the look that I like, the stickers that I like, but again, not incredibly playable, and I've not dared to scramble it. But now we've got this guy here. In many ways, this is really what I'm looking for in terms of my collection. It's a 19 by 19, so we're at the point that I never thought it was going to be possible to get a puzzle like this, and it's very playable, completely playable. Something that you can probably scramble over and over again, and you can even do alternative kinds of scrambles because of how well it is, because of how well it moves. Yeah, you can hold it in two hands. It's not too heavy. What I would say is what I have here with the Sheng-Shou 19 by 19 is the highest order playable puzzle that exists. Highest order. Now I know that there is a 22 by 22 out there, and I know that Gregor has a 33 by 33. I know that they exist, but here's the thing. I don't really count those. I mean, I know that they're functional, and they're in their respective Guinness Book of World Records and whatnot. But I'm going to define a puzzle not as just a proof of concept that it can be made, but something that can actually be played with, something that can actually be scrambled, something that can be reliably used. If you have to take more than 2 minutes to turn aside, and you're struggling and turning and going here and you're trying to turn it here, in my mind that's not a playable puzzle, and in my definition it doesn't count. Yes, it does exist, and it is true, it's around, and you can scramble it and you can solve it, but it's going to take you an inordinate amount of time to do so because it's not playable. So what I'm saying is that this is the highest order functional playable puzzle that's out there. Now these puzzles were playable. My particular version is really not. Maybe it can be, maybe if I break it in a little bit, but I don't think breaking it in is going to help this sort of bowing effect here, this overhanging edge. I just don't think this will ever be, at least my version, a completely playable puzzle. This one is a higher order than this, and it is totally playable. I can tell just by the movement of it. So I would say that this is the highest order functioning, playable, twisty puzzle, in a cube form anyway, that exists. So I'm very, very happy about that. Let's see what the full checkerboard pattern looks like. Now, what's missing though, is what I really would like to see, is the highest order black stickered puzzle. Now, is it just that it's almost impossible to get this thing stickered? I doubt it. I think it's possible. Is it just that to scramble something like this, stickers will end up flying all over the place? It's possible. And I can certainly understand how if you want a functioning puzzle that you don't have to do so much maintenance on, is to not have it stickered. I'll buy that too. But it still doesn't hold the place that I'm looking for. Oh. But this is a great feat from Sheng-Shou. And there it is. So it looks almost bedazzling. All right, so what you see is of these, there are only two that have the look that I'm really looking for, a complete look that I'm looking for, and only one that has the playability and the look that I'm looking for. There are two others that have somewhat of the look and playability, just no portability, and these others over here have the playability, portability, but not the look that I'm looking for. And this one has just as much of playability and portability, but not quite the look. But it is what it is, and it is what I really enjoy. An over-the-top, and I would say the highest, also the pillowing effect. I don't know why pillowing got started. Who decided pillowing was a good idea? I don't know where that got started and why that's a thing. Keep it a square. Keep it as a platonic solid. Is it because of the structure itself? I mean, I don't think so, because I've seen non-pillowed versions. So it must just be a preference of the structure. But I don't know why that is. My hope, my thinking is that the pillowing thing will just stop, or if it doesn't stop, it'll just be something that is an available thing if that's what you want, that's what you like. But to me, it's flat, black, stickered, and if you can, portable and playable. That will be the ultimate cube. Flat, black, stickered, portable, and playable. Anything that strays from that is okay. I will get it. But it won't be exactly what I'm looking for. And if anybody has ways of converting this into such a thing, let me know. Well, with everything here, all of these over-the-top choices that you have. Now what's missing here is 18 by 18, the one just below this, and a 16 by 16. There's representatives of all the rest. This is an 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. This is also 17 over here, and now 19. So for one reason or another, those are missing. Well, so there may not be too many 19 by 19 videos out there, so why don't we just go ahead and scramble this up? Now, you may ask yourself, why buy things like this? Is it because of the challenge? And I would say no. This isn't particularly challenging. No more challenging than a 7x7 or a 5x5 for that matter. We're not really adding any of the challenge there. The solve strategy is not much different. Now I would say that if you do it layer by layer, that becomes a little bit more potentially of a challenge, but really not by much. The strategy is the same. This is because you enjoy the collection. You enjoy the process of having a puzzle like this. You remember collecting ever larger puzzles, and are fascinated by this process here. Fascinated by over-the-top kind of puzzles. So we're going to keep scrambling here. Now again, notice how easy I'm able to do that. I'm not so much interested in the proof of concept where you have a large puzzle and you're turning here. It takes you 20 minutes to do that, and well, maybe not 20 minutes, but by the time you've done an entire turn, it's already been about 5 minutes. Here, boom, done. But you got to start somewhere, right? Okay, so we're just going to keep scrambling. Now I'm past the point of no return. It's very strange that I'm able to hold a 17 by 17, I'm sorry, 19 by 19 in two hands like this and not have to set it down too much in order to scramble it. It's interesting as I'm scrambling, it doesn't even look like it's scrambling too much at first because these pieces are so small. Okay, looks like a pixelated computer screen. Alright, getting more. Now for some of you this may be the first time you've actually seen this completely scrambled. I know it is for me too. Okay, I'm also testing the stability of this puzzle, and it's very stable. Nothing's popping. I'm sure that there's micro corner cutting that's going on here too, because I know I don't have it completely aligned all the time. So there's just enough give and take with the corners to where I just don't have a feeling that these things are going to pop. I see that some of the pieces are bowing a little bit as I'm turning it. That's not an issue of the structure of the puzzle. This is just how I'm holding it. I think to get it on camera, to try to get the whole thing on camera, I've got to position it in such a way, but it's able to take it. See right there, I can hear it scrape, but nothing happened. So it's playable, it's stable, the size is much smaller than you would think. ShengShou really took the shoulders of the giants that they were standing on and really took cubing technology and made it into something really incredible. See right here you can see I'm not completely aligned, but I can turn. See how I can turn, and it's allowing for it. So they've really got their act together. And although it's not the perfect structure that I like, I do have a very deep appreciation for what it is that they've achieved. Okay. Now I would like to deliver to you the first solve, but I don't think I'm going to have time to do that. My other life will make it very difficult to find the time to do that. Okay, let's do a couple more turns here. So again, this is for a collection. I don't know why anyone would buy this for a challenge, except they find it to be a good conversation piece. Now, I also look forward to what some modders will be able to do with this, converting this to a, I don't know, making a 15 by 17 by 19, hitting the ultimate shapeshifter. I think that can be done a lot better if they were flat though. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So you saw how long it took me to scramble it. You can tell by the timestamp, I guess. Didn't take me long at all. It would take me far longer to scramble this guy, and forget about the even higher order 3D printed versions. I would say that those aren't coming of age quite yet. I wouldn't take those opportunities to put that in my collection just because it doesn't fulfill the criteria. It would just be a centerpiece. Even this one, I'm not really sure what role it has except to be one of the first, actually the first real over-the-top puzzle. That was its name. But this belongs into it. So if we get those higher order puzzles that are playable, then I will count that as something that's worthy of the collection. But there it is. A very well done 19 by 19 puzzle. And now my question is, it's interesting because there's the little centerpieces here, red, well, and orange I guess, is how shall I solve this? Should I just get through it, do it by reduction, solve all the centers and the edges, or should I do it layer by layer by layer by layer? Should I do it that way, or should I just do it classically by reduction? Or should I try it parity free? Anyway, so there it is. It looks like just a collection of fruity pebbles that have been mashed together. It's a really incredible engineering feat. So hats off to ShengShou, and I'm going to decide how I'm going to approach this. Thanks for watching.